We're rolling.
We're rolling. Welcome to the Not All Here podcast. I am one of your hosts, Easy L.
You are one of them. I am the other host, JRB, the producer.
This is episode 24.
24.
Wow, 24. You remember the TV show 24?
Oh, with the you had 24 hours to do something.
The guy Jack Bauer, if I remember right, he had 24 hours to like.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Jack Harlow. He was an FBI agent or something. It was about like every episode was 1 hour of the the 24 hours.
That show was fire when I was a kid.
That's what I heard. I never saw it, and it was like
I enjoyed it.
But it's crazy to think because then everybody knew, okay, so there's 24 episodes because it's 1 hour for, whatever. And so, but they had like 3 seasons. I think people said season 1 and season 2 were fire, but then season 3 kind of was like.
His daughter got kidnapped every season.
That for real?
Or something.
It was kind of like Taken.
So basically, the America would be falling apart and his family would be falling apart at the same time. In every episode, there was some wild stuff going on.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild. Like, can you imagine that? You're like, shit, like this country's falling apart and I got to save it, but my family's falling apart. It's almost kind of sounds like Die Hard in a way, doesn't it?
I thought you were going to say Donald Trump. I've never seen Die Hard.
Wow, really?
Never seen any of them.
Wow. I just remember I've seen Die Hard maybe like once, but I never watched it like in a theater or nothing. It was more so on TV,
Was one of them Bruce Willis and Shia LaBeouf?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just remember from the first one when he was like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and then something blew up or something.
I'm not hip. But yeah, man.
Anyway, welcome to episode 24 of the Not All Here podcast. We hope you guys had a great weekend, and we hope that the rest of this week goes by smoothly. And we don't know how this episode's going to go, but it's going to go some way. Because we're like... we
don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, we don't have anything to talk about, which kind of fits this podcast. Yes. Not all here, Yeah. But speaking of nothing to talk about, I wanted to bring up, we have here in Georgia, you were telling me, I forgot this.
What?
That they lifted all the COVID restrictions.
Oh, yeah. I'm not wearing a mask right now. Feels great.
Exactly. But it's funny because I think I saw somebody post it like on Instagram. Yeah. And they were like, whatever, all COVID restrictions lifted. People were like, oh, we had restrictions?
So for my mom, if she listened to this podcast, what I just said was referring to this moment right here, not in general.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not wearing a mask right now.
She's going to be like, Jerb, how dare you?
But when I go to the grocery store, I'm still going to wear a mask. Yeah. Are you still going to wear a mask?
Of course. Yeah. I feel like it's gotten to the point where like wearing a mask is going to be a thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and at the same time, I think it's actually a really good idea.
You know what's crazy? Canada has become super strict now. Like they're on lockdown again.
Oh, really?
Dude, they're even taking it to the level where like in Walmart, they'll have like tape roping off everything that's not an essential item.
Wow.
So if you go in Walmart and you want to buy a toy for your kid or you want to go look at, whatever. Yeah. Beach balls or what are non-essential things.
Non-essential things.
They're literally roped off and they don't allow you to go buy things that aren't essential.
Wow. Yeah. So they're like on like the first lockdown.
They got strict again.
Jeez.
And America's just opening back up.
Yeah. But like I said, here in Atlanta, I feel like it's always been some kind of like open.
Yeah, I mean it has.
People just didn't really care. Even I think like the clubs and like all that are still like open. Mm-hmm. It didn't make any sense to me. But it's funny that that they were saying that restrictions were up. I don't even know what that technically means. Like,
so it means that now establishments, there's no more limitation on the amount of customers, per building. Okay. There's no more 6 foot distance if you don't want to be. Yeah.
Wow.
Businesses by law don't have to ask customers to wear a mask.
Wow.
Now, if the business wants
to, they can.
Yeah, people to wear a mask. You can say you have to wear a mask, but that's going to even stir up some shit because
I bet, yeah.
There's people that are very anti-mask now. They're kind of they're almost like in the right. By as far as law is concerned, they can technically go places with no mask.
I feel
unless the establishment says you can't, but then it's going to be
they might
the
be
butting
like,
of the heads. Like,
exactly.
oh, you know.
They'll probably be like, but the law, they just said they got rid of that or whatever.
Exactly.
It's kind of I think going to be like a right to refuse service type of thing. You know, they're like, you know, kind of like how gas stations sometimes will be like, no shoes, no shirt, no service.
That's going to create a lot of Karen videos.
Viral videos going.
Gosh. I'm sick of the internet, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm getting older I'm aging years by the month.
Whoa, okay. I get that. After a while, you get kind of tired of seeing all the BS.
I'm really trying to stay off social media more, man.
I feel you. I think
people will send me like a viral video of just like some ratchetness or just some negative stuff, and I'm just like, yo, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of like, and then I think it kind of plays into like, as you know, as us as individuals, as we get older, you kind of what you enjoy viewing kind of changes, or what gives you those endorphins or whatever. Because I realized, I think there was a while when I was younger, I was like watching crazy videos, you know, because you was just shocked, you know. But then after a while, you're kind of like, now I'm just like, man, I really don't want to see too much negativity anymore.
That's why you watch the whole 2 Girls 1 Cup.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because I was like searching for things. And I was like, wow, what the hell is this? No. But it makes me think. What was I about to say? Like with these videos now. It's like, oh, I know what it is. That's why I think I got off of social media a little bit. So I used to be on Twitter heavier back. So my handle on Twitter, like not too many people follow me just because I don't be on there and I don't really say anything. It's Easy L. Just Easy L on there. So as some people, probably a lot of people don't know, I used to go by Elmatic when I was like really photography and videography, you know. And I think I had like 50K tweets or something like that because I would always tweet randomly. But then when all this, which maybe it was going on back then too, but now I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the people I follow or just what gets trending on Twitter and places like that. Even on Instagram, all you see is people arguing. That's all it is.
Bruh.
And like after a while, it just puts me in a bad mood or just like in a foul. Like it just brings my energy down. Yes. So what I started to do is just muting people. So I'll just like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Mute, and just trying to orchestrate it to what I like to see. You know?
I don't mute anything. If I don't like somebody, I unfollow them.
I get that too. Yeah. I think I sometimes
mute keywords.
I mute keywords. Yeah, I'll mute keywords or topics or whatever. Like I remember whenever.
All right, what do you have muted?
6ix9ine. I have him muted because I don't like that dude, and like it's just. There's no benefit. I think at the time, like there was something.
That's the one ratchetness I still enjoy tuning in for. Oh my god! I don't know why. I click it and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's wild. I don't know.
I just get tired because it's like, but what happens to me is I have a dilemma because like a part of me, I don't know if you deal with this sometimes. What? So for example, 6ix9ine, like when he was going through everything. What I really don't like is people who are very like cocky and they're trying to draw out something from you. Like, you know, he's trying to elicit an emotion. You remember the video he had with Meek Mill where they were arguing? Yeah. A part of me was like, man, what the fuck is this? This is dumb. I need to get off here. Another part of me is like, I want him to get beat up. Like, I want him to get whooped. Yeah. And, you know? I guess the only thing about him that I respect is his I don't give a fuckness. It's like that. His level of, it's like 0% his level of care. Yeah. Like literally nothing matters for that guy. Not even like putting himself in harm's way. He constantly puts himself in harm's way. Yeah. Because it benefits him and he feels like it's wild and it's fun, which is not a positive thing. Yeah, exactly. It's just interesting to watch. I wonder if there's parts of him that kind of feel like, man, like there's some days he's like, I really don't want to do nothing. But because of, you know, this the character he's built, he's like, well, I gotta go do something. You have giant 6ix9ine tattoos all over your face. Exactly. But yeah, and so I was saying all that. So like, you know who I feel for? What's that? The guys that get wild ass tattoos on their face and then just don't blow up. Oh, have you seen these guys? Not really. Dude, I come across them on doing music reviews. Oh, really? I'll come across somebody that looks wild as hell. They're trying to fit into a certain lane. Yeah, they're trying to be like 6ix9ine, and then I'll kind of look them up and do research on them, and I'll just be like, oh, damn. Oh, yeah. Like, it's not looking good. I get that. Future outlook is not looking good. That's wild. But yeah, all of that, man. So through all of that, I get like I gotten away from social media a lot, and to the point to where I'll still look, but I just won't post anything. And then, but now, what was it? I had some other stuff I had muted. I want to say, I think I think something a while, not when I say a while, it's like a year or two back. Something was happening where people were talking about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. So I muted the words Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, because I got tired of seeing that pop up on my timeline.
He's a female rap hater.
Oh my God. No, it's just people get on like their high horse and they go like, this is why this person's the best. And I get tired of it.
You don't want to see the women shine. I get it, bro.
It's not that. It's just I don't like the way people talk arrogantly on there.
I know. Okay, so if you had to get a face tat, you have to get one.
Okay.
What's your face tat?
Oh, I've thought about this.
You've thought about this?
I've thought about this sometimes, but I would never do it, because the face, I have to like protect that. I'd get what's it called? A chalupa supreme. No. I get to go down the side right here.
And then you'd get like the tattoo tears. That would be like the taco sauce dripping in the
into the taco. God damn. That'd be dope. No, I think if I had a face tattoo, I think it would be something small. I couldn't get a tear because I ain't kill nobody. Maybe get like a diamond or something.
A diamond?
Yeah, maybe like a small little like
diamond. A little Uzi, like right there in the middle of your forehead.
No, I'm not Vision. I'm not. No, I'd probably get like a diamond or like I'm thinking of like all corny things. I was gonna say like a yin yang thing, like the little sign or something. I don't know. Okay. Or like a peace sign. I don't know.
Yeah, these are kind of corny, bro.
Yeah, I know, because I don't think about it, but
right.
It's funny. It's staying on the. I'm gonna ask you what you would get, but real quick, my homie like back in college. He was telling, so I was getting tattoos, and I have some tattoos. I have a lot that people can't see, but he was like, "You should get a tattoo on your back," and I was like, just like a full like body back, and I was like, "What would I get?" He's like, "What you do is you get the American flag and the Mexico flag, and you get an eagle holding both of them flying."
Fire.
And I was like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard." He's like, "No." So then when you show it off, people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this guy's a redneck." No, a Mexican redneck.
This guy brings nations together.
Exactly. But no, what would you get on your face?
I would get, there's this very simple tattoo, you may have even seen it before, where it's like a wave and then there's like a sun behind it, and it's like a line tattoo. And I've always wanted like a wave tattoo. I might get one day. Like very simple, just lines. I just love the ocean.
Okay.
Something about the ocean, I just
it brings peace.
It brings peace to my soul.
I get that. That makes me think. There's actually this artist who she's super dope that I follow. Her name's Lewis in the Yakuza. I don't know if you ever heard her. She's a French artist.
You mean like does artwork?
No, like a rapper, singer.
Oh, music. Okay.
Yeah, she does music. She's from France, and she's super dope. Which I don't know if this is a tattoo, but because sometimes I think it's just makeup, but she has something like, kind of like, how 21 Savage has a knife? She has like this, almost looks like an Egyptian symbol, like on her forehead right here, but it looks so dope on her. And I'm like, oh, that'd be dope just to get something like that. I've
seen a lot of women with crosses tattooed like right there. I saw it a lot when I was I went to Toronto. For some reason, that was like a thing. I kept seeing it. I was like, oh, I wonder,
wow. Was it like a religious thing? Do you know?
Oh, yeah, okay. They were kind of like, actually like older women. I was like, dang, what's going on over here?
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Oh, I know another tattoo I could probably get. I'd get a barcode, right? And it would be for like something funny, like just something random. People like, you can actually scan this, and they could take their phone. And I'm trying to think of what I would. It'd be like a Walmart barcode for something.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it makes me think of Hitman. Hitman, the dude has a barcode on his back. But yeah. So I don't know. That's interesting. Now, how much so let's stay on this topic real quick. I had one more question. So, I think it was the last episode we talked about people who get these big face tattoos things, and sometimes people get like logos of companies they get paid for. Yeah. How much would a company have to pay you for them to get their logo tattooed on you?
It depends on the location.
Okay, what if they want the forehead?
Oh God, you got to make me a millionaire.
A million?
I mean, I don't even know if I want to do it for $1 million. It needs to have
life changing.
It needs to have 2 commas.
2 commas. Oh, okay.
Whatever the amount is.
Yeah, okay. I get that. That makes.
And the tattoo needs to be small.
It needs to be small.
Remember the lady that got Drake tattooed right across her forehead?
Yeah,
it can't be that big.
That I remember, like the picture that I think somebody took or she took that showing off the tattoo, and it looked like she was sad.
It was so sad.
Even the tattooed artist was like, "Hey, you shouldn't do this."
Yeah, and they regret it. And then people were talking shit to the guy for even doing it. And I think Drake even said something about it.
He was like, "Don't do that." He was saying, trying to be like, "Why'd you do that? You're ruining your body."
Oh man.
I'm trying. Okay, so if $1 million or more on the forehead,
I need more than that. I'm gonna be looking stupid out here.
Okay.
Also depends on the company.
What if Amazon wants to put an Amazon?
All right, man. You got to change my life, man.
I get that. Okay, what about a cheek? They'd use like a cheek or something. They're gonna be like, listen, you want $500 million for here, so this is like on the side.
Same price.
Same price.
Same price.
Oh, I might take a little bit less. Because I could just go like this, or I would take a photo, but I'd always like hide it. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But so yeah, COVID restrictions are up in Atlanta, or they're gone. I don't see a difference, but so I guess going from basically the COVID restrictions, man, it was a sad day in hip hop because we lost DMX. One of the legends, one of the GOATs, one of the greats. A lot of people forget, man. He was actually like, when he was like at the top, he was at the top.
Oh yeah, he went crazy,
bro. I remember seeing the video of him when, I don't know what was it, some concert thing you see with all the people that were out in the field, and he did like the Rough Riders anthem. I was like, it's crazy, the energy. Oh yeah, and just like it almost reminds me of like Woodstock. When you see like old video of Woodstock.
Yeah, I know what video you're talking about. That was a dope video. He had energy like none other, man. And what I was saying earlier, it's like the dope thing is like people are sharing all these random stories on social media.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like a random events or where they would meet him. And I saw one where it was like there was like only a couple hours before his performance, but he decided to go buy this airplane and like fly it with this kid, just some random kid he met in the street. And then, he gave it to the kid, and then they were trying, we got to go to the show. We got to go to the show. But he was just doing random things, and he just seemed like he wanted to have fun, like constantly.
Almost like he was just like, he was like a kid, like a big kid. And it's wild because I think I saw that too. And just seeing him be like himself and like not, sort of have to feel like he has to carry on this like persona of like a tough guy because of the music he made. He was like real silly, real down to earth dude.
I feel like he was both at the same time somehow.
Yeah,
because he was that tough guy. I mean, you know what I mean? But then he could bark at you and do all the growling stuff and the aggressive stuff. But then on the same record, he might turn around and start praying at the end. And
man, it was wild. I've heard stories of like people who saw him in concert, and they talk about like just the energy in the show. And then sometimes he'd break out in these prayers, and people would be crying, like leaving the show. They're like, "Oh my God, this is like life changing." It's funny. I think there's a funny story I remember. Do you remember when? I don't know if you heard this story, but I feel like everybody has, where there were like these women who were trying to sleep with DMX.
No,
and like. So there was a story, like I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but there's a story where these girls, like groupies or whatever, they're like, "Oh, we want to go to the hotel room and sleep with them," and so he took them up to the room, right?
Oh, and they ended up praying together,
and they ended up reading the Bible and like praying together in verses or whatever. Like I don't know if that story is true, but it's just a funny ass story.
I heard that.
Be like, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna read this Bible."
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
It's like I had one random opportunity one time. It's like when MGK was working on his first album.
Oh yeah.
Irv hit me, and MGK had a session with DMX the next day.
Oh.
And Irv hit me. He was like, "Yo, we need somebody to produce a record. We need a producer for this MGK DMX record. Is it gonna be you?"
Whoa.
And so I literally stayed up the entire night. I maybe got like 1 hour of sleep or like 2 hours of sleep.
Wow.
And I produced the joint. I thought it was hard, what I mean? I don't even know what it sounds like now. I don't even remember it. But I sent it and, didn't work out.
Didn't work out, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
But a producer named Dame Grease was somebody that's
worked Dame Grease.
With DMX, for forever. He ended up producing that joint.
Oh, okay. It came out super tough. Do you remember the song? Yeah, it's on that.
Yeah,
that's like wow, man. But yeah, we lost a legend, man. It's sad, you know. As we get older, you kind of see like people, you know, your heroes and stuff. Kind of, you know, it's what happens all the time.
Yeah,
you know, just people just eventually pass away. But his music lives on, man. All the dope videos, all the funny videos he had, like they live on, and just all the things that he did, and like the type of person that he was. And so he's gonna be missed. And then on top of that, I was gonna say what was crazy is. I don't see, and this is bad, I'm going to say, because somebody else passed away, but I don't really know him like that. The Prince dude, the older guy, he was like 99.
Yeah.
He made it to 99. Prince something, I can't remember. But he passed away. I mean, he was old, so, you know.
I literally know nothing. So neither one of us know anything about this.
I don't know nothing about, the only thing I know about him is he I think he was married to the Queen, if I remember right.
I think he lived in England.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
I think it's across the Atlantic Sea.
Yeah.
Atlantic Ocean.
You're asking the wrong person.
So there's the United States, and then there's England, and then there's kings and queens.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was one of them.
He was. Yeah. But
so R.I.P. my guy.
Don't even know his name. R.I.P. my guy. The only thing I know about them is like they had that whole controversy with I'm forgetting the girl's name, not Meghan Markle, but her husband,
Princess Diana.
No, Meghan Markle's the girl that married into the royalty.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Harry, is that dude's name?
Oh, he had a controversy with Harry.
Well, no, so you know they have a kid, right? And then there was like this moment where there was controversy within the family because supposedly they did that Oprah interview. I didn't watch it. I just saw certain highlights and people were talking about like basically how she said that the family was racist and they had actually, I think they saw the baby for the first time and they were like, you know, his complexion, he was half white, half black. And they were like, how much melanin is this baby going to have? Which is an outrageous statement in itself. It's funny to think that, but then like all these memes came out, and then of course everybody in the royal family was like, "That's not true. We're not racist." But
right.
I mean, what else are you gonna say? You know?
Yeah, man. I don't have anything to add to that. That's not good.
Yeah, but that happened. So they passed it the same day, which is crazy. But,
oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Hold on one second. Hawk, babe. She's eating her own poop. Oh. Let me keep it rolling. Hawk. You're causing trouble for this family.
She's trying to hide the evidence.
Yep. You can have that. You're not supposed to eat poop. Ooh, it's stanky. Oh, shit. Oh, Hawk. You nasty dog, I swear.
Where's the disinfectant wipe?
They're under the sink. Oh, Haku. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Can you do one more sink clap so I know where to cut? All right, appreciate it. Sound like some, like you're attacking something. So, but yeah, so those two, they passed away.
Yeah, man.
You know, hey, life happens, and then you just gotta cherish it and give the people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, celebrate people.
Yeah.
But I guess, do you want to go into news?
Yeah.
Let's go into news to go into hopefully something that's happier.
Yeah, man. Let's get some happiness going on.
Let's get some wild happiness.
I mean, sometimes my news is negative. All right. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
Baby born with 3 penises marks the first reported case of triphalia in humans.
Wow.
Imagine being the first human there's 7 billion humans.
That's wild, and this is the first time it's happened.
This is the first human. That's like superpowers.
I don't know if that's superpowers you want, but
Is Is this a gift or a curse?
Hey, it's all about perspective. I mean, if he wants to go in a certain area, field, then they might be like, wow, this is a gift. And then maybe the rest of the world can be like, Jesus Christ, this dude's a monster.
Kid has 3 penises.
That's wild.
He's gonna grow up.
I wonder. So do you know where this was at? Was it like in Europe or something?
Yes.
I want to say Russia.
It wasn't Europe.
No. Because it sounds like that's something that doesn't happen in America.
It wasn't America. Dang it!
I feel like it's in Russia.
No.
Ukraine.
Hang on. Keep stalling. Kurd from Duhok.
Duhok. I don't even know where that's at. I've never heard of that place.
The baby boy was a Kurd.
Was it Kurd?
No, an Iraqi boy.
Oh,
Iraq.
Okay. A Kurd. I was like, what's a Kurd? But I could see that happening. But I wonder if that's because of maybe like just how like the how it is over there. Like, are they prone to more things? Because I think
it's just a defect. I think it can happen anywhere.
Oh boy, are we evolving? No.
Yeah.
Eventually, people are just gonna start having 3 penises. That's just gonna be like a thing.
What if you have like a favorite one, like one that has?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Like, hey, this one.
This one's the good one.
This one's the good one. I wonder, because it makes me. I wonder though. Sometimes stuff like that look like, wow, these people are like special. Because I think I've heard of stuff like that happening where kids are born with what we consider these defects, right? But like in India, sometimes children will be born. They'll be like, oh, this is like they're they're like
they like pray to it.
Yeah, they pray to it. They're like, oh, this is a message from whatever they look to. But I wonder if that kid, they're like, no, we just gonna keep it.
It's gonna have a special life. Shout out to you, kid.
Oh boy,
keep doing your thing.
Jeez.
All right,
keep doing your thing. You didn't do anything.
You just started out, but it's gonna be a wild ride for you.
Yeah.
Imagine being the only human on Earth to have be something.
Hey,
it's crazy.
He might get a lot of play.
Wife furious after finding out that husband was selling her healthy lunch that she packed for him every day to buy fast food.
That's hilarious.
So she would give him sandwiches, and then he would sell them to coworkers. And then he said the sandwiches were so good, he would ask his wife to make him like 2 or 3 every day.
Wow.
And then he would take that and buy.
That's hilarious. That's like he was running a little operation. That's funny. And then his wife's like, oh, why didn't you lose some weight?
Oh, she was pissed off. She found out when she was talking to a coworker, and the coworker was like, I love the sandwiches, but why do they cost so much?
Oh my God.
And she was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, your sandwiches that you sell.
Yeah, your husband, he brings them every day and like sells them for $30. No. Wow. Did it say how much he was selling them for?
No.
Damn.
I think the money's different because apparently they were spending $20,000 a month in fast food, but I think that's RS.
Pounds?
What's RS?
RS, Russian, I don't know.
Russian standard.
Russian standard.
Rupees. Okay.
Rupees.
All right, moving on. Stolen Doritos truck chase in Oklahoma lasts 100 miles.
Wow.
The cops were actually laughing at how stupid this guy was because of how easy it was to find the truck.
You just see a big bag of Doritos on the side.
You just see a big ass Doritos truck flying at high speed.
That's hilarious.
Not a whole lot more to that story. I had that story and then didn't research it. Okay. I forgot to look more into that. I got distracted. This one's cool. Woman gets pregnant while already pregnant.
Oh, that can happen?
Did not know this was possible. What happened is basically she had a second egg that was released and fertilized a few weeks after the first one. So baby number 1 was conceived, and then several weeks later, baby number 2 was conceived.
So then I wonder, is baby number 1 going to pop out, but then they're like, we're just going to keep you here for another week or 2?
I feel like they're probably both going to be born at the same time.
They'll be like twins or something? Or maybe not twins, but...
So it's called superfetation.
What the hell?
And when they looked at them, they thought they were twins, but one of them was very small, was smaller. So the doctors were concerned.
Oh, okay.
So then they actually did, had to research it because it's so rare that they don't even see this. But that's what it was,
So then they were born at the same time?
Well, they haven't been born yet.
So they're like, wait a second, this one's lacking a little bit.
They're still marinating.
Wow. Can you imagine though if you had that, like, you with the girl and then you're like, okay, you got one kid, I can do one, and then you're like, wait a second, there's two. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That I feel like that's what happens when people are like having twins. They're like, damn it, I only wanted one. But
it's like you have twins and one twin's like way stronger and more healthy than the other one.
Oh, it's like the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. But they were like test tube babies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I ever came to something where like I had a child and then out of nowhere they're like, hey, guess what? There's a second one in there. I'd be like, all right, I'm done. We're done.
What?
Like I'm not gonna have no more kids because my one of my things in life, I only want to have like up to 2 kids. That's like my hard limit. 3 is really pushing it.
You gotta take what's given to you, man.
Yeah, and I've thought about that. I just hope they don't give it to me.
You're gonna have octuplets.
Oh boy, don't wish that on me. Do not put that on. Because Lord, I'll be upset with myself because I'll be like, God damn it, why couldn't I just? God, you had one job. You had one job. That'd be wild. But yeah, that's crazy.
If you had 3 penises,
could you have 3 kids
from 3? I mean, it'd still be you.
Yeah,
but
I wonder though. I don't know. This like
would all of them work?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Would all of them work the same? I wonder if maybe they would just like only one would work and the other would be like malfunction. They'd be defective.
Could you have a threesome by yourself?
That'd be hilarious. That's weird. Let's get off this topic. That's really weird. That's really weird. Okay, was that all the news?
That's it for the news, man.
Okay. What else? I was gonna bring up something. Where we at? We're at 34 minutes.
Want to do a creative corner?
Oh yeah, we can do a creative corner. So then let me chime in on that. Where we at? Okay. So going from the news, we're gonna bring back a goodie, a segment here, the creative corner. And JD, you want to start this one off?
All right. I don't think I've told this story on the podcast before. If I have, I apologize. But this is the story about how I got my first MGK placement. Did I tell this story before?
Man, if you have,
it doesn't matter.
It's been a while. We're on episode 24.
Okay, so basically this story is about not
giving up.
Yes. So basically Irv would always post on Twitter. Irv was kind of like an A&R, kind of like a cool dude, and he at the time he was working with Rock City, super dope songwriters. I'm getting deja vu, like I already told this story before, but it's okay. So basically, he would always post on Twitter, "I need beats," and every time I saw it, I would send beats. You know what I mean? So send beats through the email. So then one time he posted, "I need beats." So I actually go to Gmail and I search my sent folder. And I see how many times I've hit Irv. I've already hit Irv 7 times.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
So I'm like, man, I'm not gonna hit Irv again. Like he doesn't fuck with my beats.
Yeah.
So then a couple hours goes by. I don't hit him up. But then my guy, Darren, DG, shout out to Darren. Darren's like a huge Rock City fan. Darren knows me. He knows Irv. So he retweets Irv's tweet and then @s me. He's like, hey, you should send beats.
Yeah, send them.
So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just send beats. So I send beats and boom, that's the time Irv actually hits me back.
Did you now let me ask you this while you're in the middle of this. When the beats that you send them, are they ones that you've already sent or are they new? New, okay.
Every time I'd send him like 2 to 3 new beats.
Gotcha. Okay.
Different beats. So this time he actually hits back and he's like, yo, send more. So then I just kind of send everything. So then me and him just kind of, start talking. Start networking, all that. I come down to Atlanta for A3C one time, and it's kind of like a long, wild, dope story. But I had no plans, right? I didn't even have a hotel. Ooh. I was just winging it like crazy. Yeah. I had plans to meet up with 4 people. 3 of them flaked out on me. The last one was Irv. He didn't flake out on me. That night I went and chilled with Irv. First time I was ever in the studio. I was in the studio with Rock City, like really dope. Songwriters. They've written for Rihanna, like all the majors in the game. Like they've written for them, So that was a really dope experience. Then that night I had like I had no hotel or anything. He was like, yo, where you going? I was like, I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 a.m. We were leaving the studio. He was like, yo, just come chill with me. So I slept in his apartment like the whole weekend through A3C. I had a lot of dope A3C experiences, but then all of that led to Irv became kind of like MGK's right-hand man. Came kind of like MGK's guy. And then I ended up, producing on MGK's album. And also that whole story, that whole chain of events, I actually produced a joint in Irv's apartment that same weekend that ended up being a joint with Tinashe. Oh. Some other guys co-produced it that I met that same weekend. So all of that stuff came together, but all of that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have emailed him. Yeah. And I wasn't going to. Yeah. I was just like, man, he doesn't fuck with me. Like, I'm not going to hit him.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think it was kind of almost like fate that like your homie was like, hey, send him beats.
He hit me up, he retweeted it, he added me, and when he added me, I was just like, all right, whatever.
Whatever it is, what it is.
Let me hit him.
Wow.
And then boom, all that led to me producing for MGK, you know what I mean? And me getting a joint with Tinashe, kind of in a roundabout way. Yeah. Meeting a whole bunch of dope people in Atlanta. I produced joints for Rock City. And yeah, man.
Damn.
So that story is just about not giving up and also staying consistent. Yeah. You know what I mean? These people you're trying to reach out to, they're extremely busy. They might not see you. You're going to get lost in like a sea of emails. Thousands of people are trying to hit these people. Exactly. But if you're consistent with it, eventually things are going to happen. Yeah. If you just keep that forward momentum.
Exactly. So you just, like you said, being consistent, even when you feel like, man, I've sent this dude 30 emails or this person 30 emails or just I've sent so many, what's the point? Right. It doesn't you got to kind of put a perspective on it to be like, well, it's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean?
Now, I will say there's a difference between being consistent and being aggravating. Yeah. You don't want to send someone an email every day, every hour. You don't want to bug someone. Exactly. But I think the way I used to do it, I'd contact people once a week.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I just keep it going. So I'd look in my sent folder, what I sent them last week. All right, I'm gonna send them something this week.
Exactly.
And then eventually they're gonna keep seeing your name, and they may not even fuck with you, but eventually they're gonna keep saying your name and be like, oh, who is this guy? Yeah. Let me check it out. And if it's dope, if it's the perfect thing for the perfect time, boom.
Exactly. Yep. No, that makes perfect sense. That reminds me of my good friend of mine, which you've met, Mr. Music. That homie, because him and another homie of mine named Pat, they produced the light skinned Keisha's. She was on the song "Ride Good." I'm forgetting the guy who was on there, but they produced it, and they were just like. It kind of happened in a similar way.
They kept hitting them.
And then I think, or they were hitting somebody, and then this random thing come up, and they're just like, well, it's not going to hurt us just to send them something. Right. And then sure enough, that one beat that they sent, they were like, yo, we fuck with this, come to Atlanta, let's meet, let's link, and let's, just be in the studio, work on stuff. And they came and they worked for a little bit, and then finally the song came out, and then like that went to like, I can't remember what number in the Billboard chart, but it went up super high, and they were like, oh man, like,
damn, they hit the Billboard?
They hit the Billboard,
With a single?
With the single, yep. Ooh. That was a single, yep. And so, like, and I know even now, like, he's, like, my homie, he's always in the studio. And, like, he has, like, kind of like how you were talking about working with Rock City and other people just being in the studio. That's kind of what he does. He just sort of is there, and he knows how to play his role of, like, he plays the keys, how to play the drums. So he's just, like... Yeah. He weaves in and out when he needs to, and not being overbearing and be like, let me add something, let me do this, and just kind of knowing his role and just being persistent about it. And there's been many times he's hit me and he's been like, he'll be like, hey man, you up? And I'm like, what time is it? It's like 4 a.m. And he's so dedicated and he's so passionate about it. And he's working like on a bunch of stuff. And like, he's told me about like being with other artists and just sort of like talking to them and just building a relationship, like you said, and not just constantly, like you said, being overbearing or reaching too far out of like where you need to, because he had a thing too, kind of similar to what you're saying, where he would hit them but he wasn't annoying to them, because like even like when I was on tour with Crip, And like, I'm like, okay, I know not to be that annoying dude. Mm-hmm. I need to like not act like a fan. Mm-hmm. I'm here to do a job, so let me act professional.
Yeah.
And then like I would talk to Crit, and sometimes I would, you know, have a casual conversation, but I know he has so much going on. I'd be like, okay, this isn't my place to be like, hey, let's be friends type of thing. You know, mm-hmm. we're here to do a job. You know, we're here to make money, go on tour, do what we got to do, and provide a good show. And so, because I've saw many times on tour where somebody didn't do their job and they got yelled at, or they were like, what the fuck you doing? You know, we're paying you this to do this and you're not doing that.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, just keep being persistent and never like give up and just keep doing your thing. Because like eventually it's like wild how you never know what like connections or sort of like, I guess, certain moments where they will lead to.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and so, because even talking about how we linked was like a wild story, where I linked up with you and everybody else through my homie Kenneth. Shout out to my homie Kenneth. And I was shooting videos at the time, and we shot a series with y'all because I was like, oh, y'all got dope history. Y'all work with a bunch of dope people. And then before I moved out here, eventually you're like, hey, we got a place, you know, if you need somewhere to move, you're trying to move out here. And I was like, oh shit, okay. And then shit, the rest is history, you know.
At A3C again.
Yeah, at A3C over just a simple conversation and shooting one video. That's how it happened.
Yep.
Super wild. All right, so we're at that point in the podcast where we don't have a guest this week, but maybe hopefully I actually do have an idea for a guest next week. I'll tell you after the podcast. It just clicked with me today. I was like, why didn't I put this person on the podcast? But anyway, we're at the moment where we're at the not all here moment where basically, you know, we talk about moments in our life where maybe we just weren't all there, and you know, things just didn't click. So I know, Jetty, you want to start this one off?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna break the rules. I got an all here moment.
Whoa.
This is a moment where I was all there.
You were like, what is it? Bradley Cooper in Limitless? You were just like, whoa, like I see everything.
I was a hero again, bro. I ran out of my loser stories, so I'm telling my hero stories now. Okay, so I was a kid, right? There's this spot right up the road from us called the Sand Pit. The Sand Pit was this dopest place. It's funny because it's this land that's a ton of sand, and the sand was so like pure and like good quality. They would dig it and then send it to all the golf courses in Myrtle Beach.
Whoa.
So basically they would just gather sand and then sell the sand, and
it was so pure, so good. They're like, this is perfect.
Great sand, high quality sand.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's funny.
High quality sand. So basically, me and my dad used to go there. My dad knew the people that owned it, you know, whatever. And we would go there with the dogs. My dad's a dog trainer. And when you dig all this sand, there's water, right? Okay. It creates giant ponds because when you dig, you know, water comes.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, that's what it was. So one day, me and him were there, you know, summer. I was a kid. And my dad was out on this little semi-island attached to this long like peninsula thing. Okay. And it was like a ways out, right? Yeah. So my dad's just out there just chilling, like tanning. Okay. You know, it's the summer, he's just chilling, you know, sleepy, tired. He's just laying on this little semi-island out in the middle of the water. Okay. So I leave or whatever. I go do something, go walk back to the truck. I don't know what I was doing. Getting a float, maybe a little floaty or something. I don't know. Yeah. But then I come back. I'm walking towards my dad. I see something black in the water. And I'm getting closer. I'm like, man, is that a log? What is that? And it's floating towards my dad.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, man, what is that? So I keep walking. And I keep getting closer and closer. And it's an alligator. Oh. And this thing was like maybe like 10 feet away, like the wall right there.
Wow.
From my dad. Right there. So then I start yelling. I'm like, Dad, alligator, it's an alligator. So my dad jumps up and he's looking at it. It's like right there and it just goes underwater.
Whoa.
It was coming to check him out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was going to bite him or attack him, but it was on the way.
Had you not said something, it might have just... Wow.
You never know. So my dad jumps up and he's like, oh. You know what I mean? So then his choices were he could try to swim back to shore, or he could take this long route. Now, he actually had swam to that to get out there. But then it was this long route that you kind of had to take where it was like really high, like, you'd have to walk through like all this vegetation and all like that stuff. But he walked through it to get back to land.
Yeah,
so
that was he was like, I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was my all here moment.
That's an all here moment for you, but a not all here moment for your dad. No. That's wild.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's crazy. Okay. My story, my not all here moment is it's all my moments are from college. I made a lot of bad decisions in college.
I should have known it was college.
So now me, if you know me, I'm not really for violence. I'm not down for it unless it's like absolutely necessary. And then even then I still feel like I don't even know if this is necessary. Like if ever it comes to it, I'm not, I like to think I'm not really a violent person. I get angry, but I'm not like violent or anything like that. I don't like that. But so in college, most of the time what happens in college, at parties, sometimes people get drunk, people start throwing hands, right? So when I was in college, we would sometimes like frats would throw parties and stuff like that. And we had this location, I think it's still there to this day. It was in Conway. It's this like skating rink. So during the day, it would operate as like everybody come skate. It's fun, whatever. And at night, people would rent it out to throw parties in there. And so this one night, I remember me and like a few of my friends that I'm still close to, we were like, having a good time. We're like, man, let's just go to the party or whatever. And I'm not usually one to go to parties just because for me, it's kind of boring. I understand why they're fun to some people, but for me, after a while, I'm like, I can go home, whatever. I don't need to be there too much.
I feel you.
But we go in there and this place, it's like packed, man. Like when I say packed, it's like, it's hard to walk through. You have to like be like, excuse me, and like physically move people.
Was it a house party?
No. It was at the skating rink.
Oh, you just said that. I wasn't listening at all.
And
I'm sorry.
No, you good. And so like it's super packed. There's everybody's trying to have fun, dancing, some dudes grabbing girls, vice versa, blah, blah, just trying to have fun, whatever, live their lives. So throughout the night, randomly fights start to break out, right? And like most of them though are like people like talking, getting each other's face, and like maybe one or two times somebody swinging on somebody, but it's like neutralized like quick. Like people are like, hey, chill out, we're just here having fun. And me, I never understood why dudes would get into fights. I'm like, man, are you here to like fight with people? Are you here to, talk to women? What are we doing? And so I was like, whatever. So at the time, me and one of my good friends, we were really like not super drunk, but we were like tipsy, right? And I start to be like, man, this is dumb. And then so I see a fight happening, and me and him would actually go towards the fight and be like, hey, chill out. Like try to break it up and be like, look, just relax. It's probably a misunderstanding or whatever. Like, this is nothing. Let's just chill because we don't want the party to end. And for the most part, like, we broke up like 2 fights and everybody chilled out, right? So we're like, over here trying to be fucking heroes and shit, which I'm going to tell you right now, word of advice, never be a hero in a fight. Never be that hero. If 2 people are fighting, let them fight it out and just get the fuck out of there because you don't know what could go down or whatever. So in the third one, there's these 2 people who are like arguing and people are trying to hold each other back, and we come in again trying to be a hero. You never be the hero. And we're like, hey, chill out. And one dude that I was like trying to calm down, he pushes me and he's like, hey man, hey man, get the fuck out of my face, My homie sees me and he steps up and he's like, hey L, chill out. I know you don't do this type of thing. He's like, I got this. So he steps in, he's like, man, I'm gonna beat your ass, so on and so forth. And me, I start getting riled up and I'm like, oh, shit's about to go down. You can just feel it in the air, right? So the lights are like out, but there's like these little strobe lights. So you can kind of see people, you kind of can't, And then all of a sudden I'm like, this shit's about to go down because I can feel the energy. And then my friend and the dude, they're doing this thing where they're like circling and people start to move and make space. And I'm like, oh.
On roller skates?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a ring of roller skaters, just like a ring of fire.
No, were you on skates as well?
Yeah, I was on skates, but I was like doing like a little I forget capoeira, Exactly. But no, so they start circling and I'm like, shit's about to go down. So then I'm like, I'm gonna stay out of this, but I have to make sure if he has any people, they don't jump in. I gotta protect my friend. So next thing you know, somebody swings and they both go down. They're both down on the ground. And I'm looking, and me and another friend, we were looking, and then I think all chaos started to happen. So then people just start jumping in. I'm like, somebody's on the floor, and the dude that he was punching, I'd start stomping on him. I just like stomp on him.
Do you know who you're stomping?
No, I don't know who it was. But I think it was the dude that he was fighting, because I was like, man, you bitch. Bow, bow. Somebody randomly grabs me in my shoulders and drags me away. And they say, L, chill out. To this day, I don't know who it was, but they knew me. And then I get up and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Where's everybody at? And then
that was your guardian angel.
Basically, he's like, hey, you know, I was also drunk.
This is not your purpose.
Exactly. And then I tell my homie, I was like, oh, we need to get out of here. The cops are coming, because you can hear them coming, like with the sirens and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't want to go to jail tonight. And whatever, stomp on somebody. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's get the fuck out of here. Get out, go home. And I'm like, that was the dumbest thing we could have ever done.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
You stomped on a helpless.
No, they weren't helpless. They were fighting, but
on a helpless, harmless bystander.
On a bystander. It was an old lady. I was like, you mother. No.
How dare you skate?
You're better than me. No, but it wasn't out here, because you never be the hero in a fight. You just never do it. And you kind of got to know your role. And like me, like I said, I'm not one to fight, but if it came to it, if I'm pushed against the corner, then I'm obviously somebody's going down. But yeah, lesson, never be the hero, because you don't know what's going to happen. And yeah.
Unless there's alligators involved.
Unless they're alligators, then what you do, you got to jump on it.
You got to be the hero.
Be the hero, and then stretch his jaw open.
Well, I don't know about that. You just yell.
And then you throw in some dynamite, and you go, here you go.
And be alert.
But yeah, that's my not here moment. But ever since that day, I haven't gotten into a fight ever since.
Really?
Yeah, just because I don't like. I feel like it's a waste of energy. It's like, why are we doing this, man?
I haven't fought since I was a kid.
I think I've only been in 2 fights. One when I was a kid, and one in college. That was it. Yeah. That's why most of the time I just be chilling, you know. But anyway, that's our not all here moments.
Yeah.
If you learn anything, make sure you keep an eye out for alligators. If you're, in the swamps. And also, don't be a hero. When you see a fight, just let them fight it out. But anyway, what else? I'm over here fucking up and shit.
I don't know, man. That's the episode.
That's the episode. It's been a weird episode, weird day. But if you can, man, if you're ever listening to the podcast whether you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate us, review us. It helps us reach new listeners. On Spotify, make sure you follow us, share the podcast. It really helps. Make sure to follow Not On Here Podcast on Instagram. That's the IG for the podcast. Follow Cool Ass People, Cool ASSPPL. That's the group page. Our personal pages, It's Easy L for me, Jetty.
JRB, the producer, on all of the platforms that you enjoy. Also, follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams. Exactly. Don't be a hero. But
be a hero.
Oh boy. But anyway, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yo.